What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be knocking out the last box in the tier 1 starting point on Hack the Box. This one is called Tactics. It's a VIP, so it does require a subscription. It's classified as very easy. You're going to want to know the file system on Windows, SMB, know how to connect to it using the SMB client, your weak passwords. So let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, start that POM box up and go ahead and spawn your machine. So the first question, which in-map switch can we use to enumerate machines when our packets are otherwise blocked by the Windows firewall? So let's go ahead and get our in-map scan going. Tag as, if I could type, Alright, so this is going to be TAC, capital P, lowercase n. Go ahead and submit. What does the 3-letter acronym SMB stand for? That is going to be Server Message Block. What port does SMB use to operate at? So I'll go ahead and pause this video, and when this is done, I'll get back to you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. The scan is finished. So it looks like we got 1, 2, 3 open ports. So port 139 NetBIOS is pretty, that was like your standard input output. Port 445 is your SMB. So let's go ahead and do 445. Alright, so what command line argument do you give to SMB clients to list available shares? If you're not quite sure about this, we can do SMB client. So it's asking to list available shares. So that would be TAC L. Alright. So let's go ahead and get this started. SMB client. If you're not quite sure what shares are available, just go ahead and do the TAC L, your IP address, which is. So this is where your default usernames and passwords are going to come in handy. For Windows, there's always a default username called administrator. Let's go ahead and try that. So it's asking for a password. So there could be multiple different passwords here. Administrator, password, sometimes it is blank. So we'll go ahead and start with the blank. Oh, alright, so password is blank. And we are logged in as administrator. And you can see at the end of each share, there's a money symbol or $sign, however you want to call it. So we'll go ahead and see if that's the case. Alright. Which administrative share is accessible on the box that allows users to view the whole file system? So if you know anything about the Windows file system, your C drive is your most common, where everything's accessible. Alright, so what command can we use to download the files we find on the SMB share? So let's go ahead and SMB client back in, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 1, 2, 9, 97.54. Let's go ahead and log into the C drive using C#, TAC, administrator. Remember, there was no password. So now I'm logged in to the C drive on the SMB client. And if you're not sure what commands you need, you can type help. So it's asking what files we use to download. So that would be, if I can find it, that would be your get command here. That's going to get the files off the SMB client for you. Submit that. Which tool that is part of the in-packet collection can be used to get an interactive shell on this system? So I actually have in-packet up here. Let's look at some examples. And you you got your PowerShell execution Python script right here, which we can use, but in this case we don't really need to use that. Execute.py. Alright, so let's go ahead and locate that flag. Usually HackTheBox stores it on the desktop. So let's go dir to list the directories we got. CD to change the directory to users. Go ahead and directory that again. So we see the administrator right up there. CD administrator directory again. And we see the desktop. CD desktop. Enter. Alright, so we see the flag there. So if you remember, the command we needed to use was get flag.txt. So we're getting the file and it's stored on our drive now. So now we can go ahead and exit just to make sure we have it. Now we see our flag using the ls command. So now we're back on a Linux system. We can use cat flag.txt. And there we have it. That is the flag for this machine. That one was pretty easy. Alright guys, so that was the tactics machine that we just pwned. If you have any questions or comments or any other ways you like to go about things, just let me know down below.